Hello everyone, this is Amanda Ralph, nurse practitioner and injector here at White Coat Aesthetics. Today I thought it'd be fun to bring you along with me on a full face consultation and injectable treatment. This is me just getting before pictures before we get started. Okay, let's talk here. So I always pull up your pictures. I want to start by talking about the positives. What do we like about our face? What's an area we really do not need to touch?
I mean, my forehead looks good now since I just saw you in November.
Forehead looks amazing. Your
Your
skin looks great.
the skin is pretty good. I know like that my face, I don't feel like it's asymmetrical. I know that we've talked about like a little bit of lip filler just to even it out.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of open. I feel like my face is really full. I'm on a weight loss journey, so I don't know, how much that has to do with it. So I don't know. I'm kind of open.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Outside, so you mentioned the under eyes and you kind of mentioned the lip a little bit. Talk to me. What are the areas of concern? Would you mention anything else or is that mostly it? I don't think your under eyes are like as bad maybe as you think they are. Just given, of course, I look at people all day, but I see what you are saying. I do think it'll be a pretty easy improvement. But I would absolutely recommend cheek at the same time because that can really pull from it. And we want to do as small amount in the under eye as possible to achieve the result.
Okay.
But what I see is I see a flattening starting right here. And then like you said, you really don't have too much separation between the arch of the cheek and the lower face. I always like to start with cheek because that is also going to kind of lift from this area where we feel a little heavier.
Okay.
So that would be my number one priority for you would be to do cheek and under eye at the same time.
Okay.
A little bit of both. I might do the tiniest bit here because that helps prop up this little fat pad in the middle of our cheek.
Okay.
This is very common. I always like to kind of teach my clients about this, but the superficial fat pads actually kind of start to sink and they fall lower here. So that's why we get this heavier area as we age. So with filler, what I'm trying to do is kind of act as that fat replacement in the upper face.
Okay.
I do think you would be a good candidate for a little bit of chin just to kind of help with this area and give you a little bit of more of like a stronger straight jawline.
Okay.
Not a lot, but we could definitely do a little there if you're interested.
Yeah.
And talk to me. Do you want to do a little in the lip today?
Yeah, I've never had it before, so I would be interested.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I will tell you with lips, all of these areas are going to swell to a degree, but lips are the most obvious.
And then how long does something like these, what we're doing,
good
last?
question. Cheeks and chin and basically the whole face filler, you usually around 2 years. They say up to 2 years. So I usually say a year and a half really. But the lips are not going to last quite that long. You move your lips a lot. I mean, it's a completely different kind of experience. So I usually, especially with what we're doing, I would probably say 6 months to a year, but sometimes it lasts longer than I expect. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and just walk you through what I am doing here. Here I am selecting the products that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be doing a full face of the Juvederm line of fillers on this client. I ended up using 2 syringes of Juvederm Voluma, 1 syringe of Juvederm Volbella, and 1 syringe of Juvederm Volux. So here I am just talking to her, going over some of the education about all these products. I tend to take the numbing cream off the specific area that I'm going to be injecting, and then I will keep it on the other areas. I just want you to be very mindful of cleanliness and sterility practices when doing this. So understand that you want to make sure you're not touching any of the other areas if you can avoid it, because a clean skin and treatment area is going to lead for better outcomes. I'm doing her cheeks to start. Cheeks are the foundation of the face, so if I can fill these appropriately, then everything else will automatically start to look better. But what I do is I do a few pokes of each area, and then what I do is I actually sit her up and take a look at each area. The thing about cheeks is that when someone lays back, their cheek changes just ever so slightly than when they sit up. So I am typically going to do a few pokes, then sit her up. I'm always looking from the front to make sure that everything is going to be even. Here I am backfilling insulin syringes with that Juvederm Volbella because I will be using a very small amount in her under eye region or the infraorbital hollow. I'm not doing a lot. I would not consider this a full under eye treatment itself, but just a small amount to kind of lift up the midface. Here I am doing chin filler using Juvederm Volux. This I always aspirate on bone and then I lay a small amount of product. You'll see me doing the front of the chin here, and then I move off to the side of each part of the chin because this is going to help give a very uniform and balanced chin itself. And now I am moving over to the lip. I did backfill that same Juvederm Volbella into 1/2-inch syringes. These are also insulin syringes. I'm just placing a very small amount. I don't think we did any more than a half in her full lip of that Volbella. And Volbella is a very thin, soft product. So this is helping restore volume loss without creating too large of any sort of plump. So this is what I prefer in my clients who just want a little bit of volume replacement.
Oh, wow.
How do you feel?
Like slenderized. Like I see.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah, I definitely see cheek enhancement.
Yes. So everything I did, I went through the cheek all the way up to the arch. That lifted. I did a tiny bit here, and then obviously through that.
Yeah.
This is going to look so much better when those red marks go away.
Yeah.
So this whole area, and then I just did the smallest amount in the front of your chin. You can probably see if you angle
I do.
your
I
face
see
a
like
little,
it comes
the
down.
tiniest bit here. So now we have an entire
natural
jawline.
Yeah.
You know.
I love it.
This is it. Irritated with some swelling, but
yeah.
It honestly will get better.
And I mean, it's the same thing when I get the Botox, you know, get the maybe like a little bruise for a couple days. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, I love it.